again. You're back with another Getting Passionate with DNC. And we're still in Untraditional Volume 2. We are talking all about Chapter 4, The Chosen Star. This one was absolutely fun to write. Again, I think I said this in the last video. Like, I really feel like my stories are more women's fiction than they are just erotica, because there's like a full storyline that happens to have sex. Like, it's not all the time, it just ends up with that because why not? All right, so Chosen Star, so it involves Diana and Romy. Romy is actually, you probably remember those names from the very first short story, which is, see me? Don't judge me, because I write so many, I can't keep up with my titles. I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes I can't. Look at me, sorry. But I write so many stories, y'all. It's so much coming. It's so much coming. I'm so excited. But Diana and Romy are from Look at Me with Nova. They are college friends of Nova. So Diana and Romy are actually line sisters. And this was so great to like write, because I definitely pulled from like my friendships. Like, these, it's a combination of people. So Diana is more of like the introverted extrovert a little bit. Like, she prefers a more quiet life and being, a homebody and being in a relationship. And unfortunately, she was engaged in college, and it was a horrible break off of her engagement. And then she tries to rebound, what happens to be a celebrity by the name of Star. And that completely falls through. And so she's at this place in her life right now where she's tried dating apps. Like, she's tried this dating app called 10 for Me. And nothing has really popped off. Like, she thought something was happening with a guy, and it really didn't. Rats Canton. Like, she really never connected with him. It seemed like he was always ghosting her. But yet he still tries to stalk her and plays games with her, and she's just over it. And so here's the extroverted side. Her dear friend Romy is in town, and Romy is like an agent and an event promoter, and she pulls the extrovert out of Diana. Like, Diana has decided, Di is her nickname, Di has decided that tonight she's gonna have main character presentation, from her hair to her attitude. Like, she's gonna be in the moment. One of her favorite artists is gonna be at this event, who's Deacon, and she's like, if I just can shake his hand or look directly in his eyes, I'm good. Like, she's like, I want to play groupie tonight. I want to not be Diana. I want to be probably more like Romy, but I can never be that level type of stuff. Like, so it's like, I always look at Di as, there's some healthy envy with your friends. Like, you want to have pieces of them. You don't want to be them, but there's just like the confidence, or the way they carried themselves, or the intellect, or the way they boss. Like, you want to be like them, and that's why you have a certain circle around you, because that circle should be helping you to grow, right? And so Romy, who like is traveling, she's bouncing back. She's bouncing back from COVID. Like, the industry, COVID killed almost the industry for her, and so she's coming back. Allergies, and I ain't cutting it out because it's real. Allergies in Atlanta are real, okay? Anyway, so Romy's coming back in town. This is a big event for her. She's gonna be reconnecting with people, getting things going and moving again. But Romy, like, she is the spontaneous, extroverted type. And she has a secret she's gonna tell her best friend. And it's that she's married. And she's not even nervous. She's not nervous about Di not accepting it. She knows she may be mad, but she is who she is, and she's very comfortable in that. But her true motivation, outside of letting Di into this moment, this new page in her life, is getting her friend back out there. She knows that she's dying to kind of feel the connection with someone. because she was around for the engagement, she was around for the rebound, and she is just so disappointed in men in the world for her friend. Like, she just is like, and we all have that friend. I'm that friend. Like, I'll be pissed off when my friend gets dug through the ground. Not to say my relationships are easy either, but when I see my friend go through it, it's a whole nother level. Do what you want to me, don't do it to her. You get what I'm saying? So like, that's the type of like personality that Romy is. So this is a great, so I wrote this short story in the 2 point of views, which was very new for me. It was actually kind of fun, right? So a lot of times when I write, sometimes I'm like, I feel like I'm writing a script, right? I feel like unintentionally, so I have to be careful with that, because my editor is always like, leave something for the writer. And you know, I get it, but sometimes I just like to I want you to feel the emotion. All right, I want you to feel everything. But in this chapter, it was really, I was pulling back and at the same time giving you overlap of emotion and thought process as they're going through it. Like, you're going to walk through Diana trying to figure out who is she going to be tonight and what is she going to wear. And she's into wigs now. So what is the wig going to be like? And like, then you have Romy coming in to kind of, you know, style her up, give her the confidence, encourage her to go outside of her box, which is overwhelming for Di, but she said she was going for main character behavior, so she's going to attempt it. And so you see this kind of pull and tug of this, and at the same time, Romy also like figures out that the person on 10 for Me is like stalking her friend, and so she's getting protective and she's bringing her spouse into it, and her spouse is Bryce, and it's a mutual friend. So the chapter is so much fun to write, and there is a spin in it, and I'm trying not to do a spoiler, but it's such a good spin that it really does help with the last arc in the story. But basically, a mystery friend from the past comes to Diana, and it makes sense, and that mysterious person helps Diana address her inability to heal, address her inability to accept that she can have the best, right? It helps her start resolving that. Why can't I have that? Why wouldn't I do that? Because I think a lot of times, sometimes as women, we're like, we don't mean to be like that, but we're trying to be perfected, right? No, that's not the right thing to do. I shouldn't. No, let me not go talk, because I know of a friend with a friend and a friend, and like, you know, this is like, I'm pretty sure they may have, you know, or just, he's just too far out there for me. Like, look at all these people he knows, and oh my God, doesn't he own this and that? Like, we put all these obstacles on us to not really take the chances of being truly loved the way we want to. And it's an internal issue, right? So thankfully, Di, with the help of her wonderful friend, who's there on a consistent basis, who pushes her, who drives her to go past her norm and stick with what she said she was going to be that night. It takes her to really get to a place where she can, and it's not even, I always say, personally, I like to take calculated risks, right? There has yet to be a decision I didn't know at least 80% of what the results could be. That 20%, I gotta be careful. But at least if 80, 85, I'm gonna do it. You only live once, I'm gonna do it, you know? It really is almost like Di understands the risk is so low to achieve what I know I want and deserve. Like, just think about that. How often do we may question something, but do we calculate enough? If I do it, what really could happen, right? If I don't do it, you can probably figure out those things, but do they truly outweigh the possibility of how impactful that could be for your life? I don't know. So it's really about pushing past your comfort. So I mean, there's just so much in this, like healing from your exes, balancing your relationship with your friends, right? Because even when you find a spouse, you still got your close friends. You gotta figure out where that leads at, right? You never want to live a life that your friends can't support you on, but you also have to live your life. Your friend, unless that's who you fall in love with, not going to be there day to day. So you have to find that balance, right? I love this chapter. I want you to get into it. You have to get into it. Again, this is The Chosen Star. Die and Romy kill it in this. It's so funny. It is one of the longest short stories in my book, but it's so very much worth reading. So go check it out. All right. Bye. Until next time.